What is up, Young Nation, and what is up, newcomers? My name is Brady Young, but if you are part of the Young Nation, or you just watch my videos a lot, you knew that. So, welcome to my first ever book review. I've been a little late in doing this, but don't worry. I promise I will come down hard on doing these book reviews, which means I'll be doing a lot of reading. A lot. Well, I'm not complaining. I love reading. But you're not here for me to talk to you about my passion of reading or anything. You're here to listen to me review a book. I'm not just going to be reviewing one book. I'm going to review a series just because I read them all. Absolutely love them. From one of my favorite authors. You've watched me talk about who my inspiration is. For one of the people that's my inspiration for writing, you already probably have an idea of who I'm going to talk about. But I'm not going to talk about her first series, the first series she made for this universe that she created. This is the second series I believe that she made, and it is called the Infernal Devices, and this is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I'll make sure this focuses. Clockwork Prince. I'm sad I actually didn't get the first two books in paper, in hardcover. Oh, don't fall! They're gonna fall everywhere. But I got the hardcover copy of this book. And then Clockwork Princess. Oh, the cover designs. Let me just talk about the cover designs for a second there. They're so beautiful. Like, they're very appealing. I know there's that famous phrase, don't judge a book by its cover. But ultimately, that's sadly to say what we do go off of for books. If the cover looks appealing, if it looks interesting, and you're just, it's got an interesting title, it's got interesting scenery going on right there. I'll read the back. Don't any of you lie, because you've done that, because I've done that, and I've talked to other people, and they've done that. It's literally the appeal of the cover is what ends up attracting us to wanting to find out what that book is about. And then when we read the back of what the book is about, that's when we decide, alright, I'll get the book, or we decide, it's not for me. It is not a book for me. But Cassandra Clare, I actually got introduced to her by my older sister. Shout out to you if you're watching this. And I read the very first series that she wrote, Mortal Instrument ones. She's actually now started to call this kind of like the Shadowhunter universe stuff. But her first series, Mortal Instruments, I gave it a shot, gave it a read. Oh my gosh, I loved it. It was all kinds of interesting. And it created all these amazing characters. And then when she made this series, the first series, it takes place in kind of modern day. It's like 2007, I believe. This one takes you back to that old London days. That 1800s, I believe. 1890s, 1880s, around there. Hold on, let me just do a little quick research here. 1878 is when this first book takes place. And then so on and so forth. And so it's very interesting to see the world of the Shadowhunters in that time frame of seeing old London and just getting introduced to all these different characters and getting this nice little backstory into more of the other characters, like Herondale. Those characters that you got introduced to by Jason. Okay, spoiler. If you haven't read Mortal Instruments books, skip this. Skip it. Skip. I might just put spoiler at the bottom, who knows. Jace at the end of the first Mortal Instruments books, well, her first series, I can't talk today. I was out in the cold today, I'm sorry. At the end, you actually find out what his, fifth book? You find out what his true heritage is, and it's Herondale's. And you actually find out that family in the Shadowhunter world is very famous. Well known. And so going back into the 1870s, late 1870s, and just meeting one of Jace's ancestors, Will, and just seeing, you can actually kind of put together too that Jace is definitely from this family because they're all very cocky and all very sarcastic. I love it. I love when there's characters like that because they just make it so much more interesting. They just make certain scenes that are supposed to be serious, humorous, just with the quick wit, just with the quick whips. Everything is just so funny, and you get introduced to this very interesting character named Tessa, who by the end of the book you find out so much. Again, I'm still going to have spoilers probably for a long time on this, but oh my gosh, she's such an interesting character because she's a warlock. And then you find out, you find out at the very end and everything, at the very end of the third book, somewhere around the middle, I'm trying to remember. All I know is that within this book, you find out that she's actually a shadow hunter, which, if you've read the first books, like her first series, Mortal Instruments, you will find out that shadow hunters and warlocks can't have kids. You'll actually find out that warlocks can't have kids. It's all a very intriguing story. Like, Cassandra Clare really just, the story for these books is just so beautifully well written. I love it. This is one of the reasons why she's one of my favorite authors. And the threat too, because the threat in the Mortal Instruments books was a very strong and imposing threat. It was just, oh my gosh. Because the fact that it's a shadow hunter himself that is actually trying to betray the clave, and I know the terms I'm using. It's like the mythology she has for the book is amazing, and the first villain that she made for the first 3 books of Mortal Instruments, very amazing. Very terrifying when you actually think about it. And then the second antagonist for the next 3 books, for 4, 5, and 6, worse. So for this one, I mean, I feel like she was probably thinking, what kind of villain could I make for the 70s? And she went a very steampunkish kind of route, which I like because she created automatons. Or automatons, however you want to say it. But pretty much just these walking machines. And just all these gears and cogs and all this stuff, and they're just a very real threat. And by the end of this book, you realize that they could literally annihilate all the shadow hunters. And so, thanks to Tessa, that's all avoided. So again, I'm spoiling a lot here, but this is the point of a book review. All in all, these books, honestly, give them a read. You will not be sorry you read them, because they pull you in. They create such amazing characters that you get invested in. The emotion that you get towards these characters is just the scenes of betrayal, just the humor, the heartbreak, oh my gosh, there's so much in these books and I love it. So honestly, if you have not yet read Mortal Instruments, you need to read it. If you have not yet read the Infernal Devices series, you need to read it. I am currently reading some of her other books, so I will definitely be doing videos for that. But this has been my book review for Cassandra Clare's Infernal Devices series. All in all, amazing books. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to comment down below. Don't forget to share this with people, especially if you know that they love Cassandra Clare. As well, don't forget to subscribe, and when you subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when I put out a video. As well, people, Young Nation and newcomers alike, check out my description. Why? Because my charity book sale is still going on. Yeah, that's right. How you take part in that is you go down to my Amazon author page, you click on that link, it'll take you to my Amazon author page, obviously. You click on either the first book or the second book, either paperback or ebook. And 50% of the royalties that I get from you guys buying a book are getting donated to a charity that I chose. And that charity that I chose is called Kidz. And you can find their link directly below the Amazon author page link in my description. So if you want to find out all the information on that charity, they have setups in here in Regina, in Hamilton, and Ottawa. And they help kids in not so great situations, and they are just there to help people. And they just do so much good. I've seen what they do firsthand, and it is amazing. And that is where your money is getting donated to when you buy either the paperback or the ebook. As well, if you're in the description, check out all the links to my social media. My Instagram, because that's where you guys get a vote on some of the polls I will be doing. As well, check out my Facebook, check out my Twitter, and check out my Snapchat. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time, Young Nation. Bye!